It's an absolute beautiful morning. It really is. Absolute beautiful morning. And I am going to play hokey. Is that what they call it? Where you take a couple of hours off and don't work? There's no way I'm staying in the office today. I'm going to hit Marley Park later on, definitely. It's Thursday, so of Easter weekend. So maybe I shouldn't, but definitely going to get a couple of hours out and get some more fresh air in. Even if that means an hour or two later on this evening. So that's slightly going against myself because I like to stay in task and get it done. But like all of us, I suffer from cognitive dissonance, where I know something, yes, I know I should be working, shouldn't be going to Marley, but also know that I need to go to Marley. So internal conflict against rationalization and belief, internal biases, internal blindness, internal cognitive incongruence. I got it all going on like all of us, and I have a couple of clients and they're the same. Even to the extent of logically gambling on very red flag builders because the price is low. Even to the point of gambling on guys who've been bankrupt 2-3 years ago and who also are currently running losses. Major red flags, but because their price is substantially lower, the incongruence and the cognitive dissonance becomes a paramount major cognitive mindset, trend, disposition, analysis, perceptions, whatever language we put on it. Basically, I want cheaper price. I know the guy's a gangster. Other cognitive dissonance, I know I should never give a guy a deposit up front, but his price is lower and I'm willing to give him 70 grand up front. And it's very understandable. Resources are limited, no matter who you are. And I saw that Netflix video last night about the wealthiest woman in the world, the heir to L'Oreal, and the guy who befriended her became literally, I'd say, a non-sexual lover. He was gay, and he managed to get nearly €1 billion out of her. And then I've got the last section to watch, but cognitive dissonance, she must have known, and yet she still went along because it was so important to her. So we do this. Financial abuses happen between people, we know this, but they also happen they also happen between ourselves, and we all make bad decisions, risky decisions, back in the outcome because we hope so much. So cognitive dissonance is a real, live, analytical issue. I also think it goes deeper. I think it goes on the psychoanalytic level. We all have Jungian archetypes, and we tend to stay within those patterns unconsciously, and I guess for me, I'm probably wrong, but for me the closest thing psychoanalytically to cognitive dissonance is probably something along the lines of projection and identification, where you project onto something you want and you identify it with it, and inherent in that projection and identification, i.e. I want the cheap builder, and I identify with that and I project onto that as my end goal and as my identity. and it becomes internalized. The unspoken bit is the splitting, where you split off your rationale, your logical self, and you diminish that. You actually invert upon that. You invert upon yourself as the ego. The id is silence, but the superego jumps in and takes control. So it is very real dynamic on whichever lens, psychological or psychoanalytical. And I guess there's, like everything, there's then long-term neurological dispositions. So we need to disentangle this. We need people to help us disentangle our cognitive dissonance, or we need time and we need self-analysis and self-reflection to do it. So it's real and it can be very dangerous, and this is why I have one client who trusted a neighbour for a huge amount of money, and that's going to go down the legal route. And I've got other clients who were desperate and trusted a guy, and it just kept going on. And I guess that's the real crux of it. It isn't the $5,000 or the 10 grand at the start. It's when it keeps coming in and demands keep coming in, and then to justify your previous decisions and to justify your own self-image, people go further in. And you can see this happening in relationships, you can see it happening in business. People go all in, full joke and all, self-fulfillment and justification, and just goes deeper and deeper, and that's how deep holes are done, and it's very understandable. We've all been there at some level, in some stage. We've all done it. Thanks for listening. Get in contact if I can help in any way. Thanks, guys. Talk to you. Have a great Easter. Enjoy yourself. And I will be putting up a guide to Dublin house prices. There will be a link in this later on. Thanks, guys.